All right, so what is future proofing? Future proofing, simply put, is when you buy technology, like if you buy a computer, for example, or a device that is more, that does more, is capable of doing more, more powerful than what you may need at the time. This way, down the line in the years to come, as they come out with all these updates, fixes, patches, all the programs that you're using get updated, or maybe they come out with updated versions of the programs that you have to repurchase new ones, whatever the case may be. Your computer in the future will still be able to handle all these changes without you having to worry about upgrading your machine or making changes or whatever. Okay, and that's something that a lot of times, at least a lot of my customers overlook, especially business, and we'll get to that in just a minute. The reason why this is something you want to consider is because this could potentially save you more money and a lot of headache. Because if you're buying something for, let's just say as an example, you're buying something for home, for everybody in your family to use, do their homework, as some kind of a media entertainment, video games, whatever the case is, I would like to assume that you want it to last more than just a couple of years. Okay, so buying a computer that has a solid state drive already installed, or getting one installed in the computer, getting a computer that is going to be, that at least has like an i5 maybe with like 6 to 8 gigs of RAM and a solid state drive, is something that could potentially last you a really, really long time, as long as it's properly maintained. Okay, and if this is something that you want to safeguard, making sure that you consider getting that extended service plan from whatever company you may buy it from. Okay, and the whole thing about nothing ever happens, nothing happens when you have the warranty, that's not the purpose of buying the warranty, because the chances of something happening is probably not going to happen. The purpose of you buying extended service plans is because you invest a lot of money on the particular computer that you're going to buy. If something does happen in that short in that short amount of time, there's nothing for you to worry about. There's no additional expenses. Okay, a lot of people overlook that. Why? Because yes, a lot of times, does something bad happen during those 3 years? Usually, most of the time, no, not really. But that's not how you should be looking at it. It should always be, well, you know what, we're investing something for our family or for our children for high school or college or whatever it is. Let me make sure that even though the chance is very unlikely, even though they're very careful with their machine, even though they're good with their equipment and blah, 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 let me just protect my investment. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind when you do make these types of purchases, especially if you do want to go the future proofing route. Things will be a little bit more expensive. If it's out of your budget, then just wait a little more and wait a little longer until you have the money to buy something that's a little bit more powerful. Because having to change something every 2 or 3 years, when all you have to do is just spend like another $150 to $200 to get something that's much more powerful, that will last you years and years, is something that you may definitely want to consider. Especially when you are in business. I see way too many small business owners taking the cheap route, buying the least expensive computer possible to do the job. And that is a terrible, terrible choice, especially if you want to make sure that you are always reliable, being able to serve your clients, and so your employees could do their work without having to worry. If you're going to expand, so if you're going to add employees later on down the line, if you're getting more customers, things are getting busier, you're building up, you don't want to buy a computer that is the bare minimum needed to do the job. You always want something that's more powerful so it could withstand the changes as the future, as they say, future proofing comes along. So you can still serve your clients and your employees, make sure everyone gets what they want, and you don't have to worry about a system crashing or slowing down over time. I mean, you still have to worry about these things happening, but you greatly reduce your chances when you buy equipment that is designed to handle a greater workload, especially as time goes on. Okay, it's a lot of times when you buy, like, you can go to Target or Micro Center and buy like these $200 or $250 laptops, but if you throw QuickBooks on the machine, well, QuickBooks is a pretty resource intensive program, and things start to get really hot. These types of computers that you see for $200 and $250 are not designed to handle that amount of workload. So they start to get really hot, and then you get too hot because now parts, components are being pushed further than what they were really designed to handle, and then the excessive heat and the excessive usage wears the machine down much quicker, and that's what often causes the computer to die in a really short amount of time. Because a lot of times people make the joke that the computer, nothing ever happens during the warranty time. That's why I don't buy the extended warranty. But a lot of times what people don't realize is you want to save a few dollars, so you end up buying the cheaper system, but then you start using the machine for more than what it was initially designed to do. And then that's why we a lot of times cut the lifespan on our computers, especially if you don't get a solid state drive. This is a huge thing, because if you're, all the components in the machine are important, obviously, otherwise the machine won't work. But if your storage device fails, that's the component that has all of your data on the machine. So even if you have backups, it's still a pain in the ass. So having a solid state drive, they typically last way longer than the hard disk drives. Okay, so for further explanation, if you want to reach out, if you have questions, please let us know. As I stated in one of the most recent videos when we're talking about servers, we do offer for small businesses a 2-hour free assessment. We come to your business, we take a look at things free. We give you advice. We tell you what's good, what's not good. We are pretty much capable of providing you with any type of service in this industry that you may need, including advice, obviously some business startup advice, some marketing, things like that to help you. So thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.